Will be tomorrow is 21st of March. It's a day set aside for World Down Syndrome Day. And why it's important for us to mark and celebrate that day. And she's no other person but for Lashade Adedeji. It's good to have you this morning.
It's good to be here, and especially at this side of the table right now. Some nostalgic feeling right now, but I think I should I think I should just have you come here. Then I take your seat. It's even good that I'm having to do this with an ex-colleague. Good morning, everybody listening to us this morning. And let me add my voice to yours because, like you said, today is preceding tomorrow. So you're talking about International
Day of Happiness.
Day of Happiness. So I pray that we be indeed happy in this country.
Amen.
Okay, my name is Falashade Adedeji, as you rightly said, and I'm the chairman, Chromosome 21 Down Syndrome Foundation. Okay, so we care for people with Down syndrome. Why do we do this? Because we realize that these people are sidelined. They are not attended to, they are not recognized with, they are not identified with. And we thought it's not okay because they are part of us. And this is what brought about UN bringing the theme for this year, World Down Syndrome Day, that's tomorrow, to be End the Stereotypes. Because we see them as not part of us. We just make them look like they are no people. Meanwhile, they are just people like us. Okay, so for people who are listening and hearing this for the first time, I think it's best you know what Down syndrome means. It is not, I always like to start with this, that it is not a disease. It is a condition. And it is a genetic condition. So let me just use you as an example. God de Iotegwana. You were given birth to by your dad and your mom.
Of course.
So we all have a pack of chromosomes in our body cells, okay, that constitutes your being, okay? And in any ideal situation, everybody should have 46 in all. 23 from your mom, 23 from your dad. So as you're standing here, you took 23 chromosomes from your dad, you took 23 chromosomes from your mom.
50-50, no cheating.
Exactly. So what leads to these people having Down syndrome is where, okay, may I also add that out of the 23 pair, okay, 22 pairs are called autosomes, which means both male and female can have the same. Okay, while the last copy, the last pair, is called the sex chromosome, which means it determines whether you're going to be a male or a female. So some people call it XY chromosome. Okay, so what leads to this people's condition is when, you know, I said it has to be a pair each of all of these chromosomes. So when a particular chromosome comes extra, that is what leads to their situation of Down syndrome, which means a particular chromosome out of the 23 pairs comes instead of 2 to be 3. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so
what could be responsible for that?
That's just it. No one can
explain.
No one can even say it. It's not the fault of the doctors. It's not the fault of God, as a matter of fact.
Could it be the fault of the parents?
No, because it is not something they have control over. If they do, no one wants to see their child having Down syndrome. Do you understand? So now I need to let people know that the particular chromosome that comes in extra copy and leads to this condition is the chromosome 21. And so that's what gave birth to Down syndrome, and that was where we picked our name from. Chromosome 21 Down Syndrome Care Foundation. Okay, so
all right, tomorrow is the D-Day, and I'd like to ask how you're planning to mark and celebrate the day tomorrow.
Okay, so we've tried our best to put things together. Even if what the foundation has, the mission is to make sure that we journey with them in their lifelong journey. You understand? Till they are able to live to their full potentials, that which the society is not giving them the opportunity to. However, we are feeling like, okay, let us just start small. Even though we are not able to get to that major goal now, we can just begin from somewhere. So that is what is leading to us celebrating them tomorrow. We're going to gather all of them at Sacred Heart Cathedral Hall to celebrate with them. So we'll have them dance, cut cake, feel special because it's their day. Okay? Then we also give them some items. For those who are schooling amongst them, they have gifts that will help them in their schooling. For those who are learning a trade, we'll give them stuff that will help them in their trade. Also, we'll have a keynote speaker, a doctor, a pediatrician, Dr. Olubosede, who will come there to, sensitize people. Because the major challenge we've had in our experience so far, we started last year.
Okay.
So the major challenge we've faced is that people are not even aware. Even the parents who have these children do not even understand what
What's
this
happening.
means. Do you understand? So that is the essence of having the keynote speaker there, to sensitize them, to make them know more and all. So,
all right. So earlier you said the theme for tomorrow is to end the stereotypes attached with Down syndrome. Now, my question for you is this: in Nigeria, how can we bridge this gap? Because in Western countries, you see people with Downs. There are famous people doing their craft, doing their things, that are living with this syndrome. How far have you gone in this sensitization and all that you've been doing? And how do you think that we can see people with Down syndromes as just people just like us, normal people? There's no need to discriminate and everything. How can we get to that level as a country?
Okay, like I said earlier, we are gradually moving baby steps to our major goal. Okay, so like I said, we started last year, and it's a bit of experience already. We've done better now. We're doing better now than we started. Do you understand? So I think that is the issue. Majorly, we have this problem in Nigeria of always stereotyping people, of always making people feel less than yourselves. Like you mentioned, in fact, in overseas, some parents even pray to have Down syndrome children because they know the attention they will get from government. They know the money this will raise for them. Do you understand? But here, it's not so. It's not so. Even parents don't want to they don't want people to see that, oh, this is my child. Do you understand? So I think that is why we coined our own topic as an NGO. The topic we coined from the United Nations theme is stereotype begins from home. So when we deal with the home first, that is the father, the mom, understands that, okay, I'm not to make this child feel less than his siblings or her siblings, it begins from there. So you make the siblings understand that this is your brother, this is your sister. It begins from there. Then we now go further to the extended family. After the extended family, we can now talk about schools, gradually. So I think it's just a gradual process. We're not going to rush it. We are a peculiar people in Nigeria, but then we're trusting that we'll get better.
Well, it's good you said you're starting from home, which of course would make the whole process quite easier at the long run, because we have some parents that would always hide all of the kids with this kind of syndrome. They don't allow them to socialize. They don't allow them to even get out. They give them this confinement, this house arrest and whatever. Now,
unfortunately.
Yes. What advice do you have for this kind of parents?
Sorry, and also to just answer the question together. I mean, I was watching an interview a few days back, and there's this woman that takes in children. She has like an orphanage, or maybe children's home. And then she told the story of how she went to far north. Some parents invited her to, come take their child to their place. And when she got there, The sad thing was the child wasn't even living with them in the same building. They had another house with nannies and everything for the child. The child was chained. I mean, as if the child was demonic or something. So what advice would you have for parents that tend to ostracize or see their children with whatever syndrome at this point as evil, as not part of, or a mistake? What advice would you give to parents like that?
So like you said, generally speaking, whatever condition your child finds himself or herself, first you have to understand is not the child's fault. Accept it. Accept it. When you accept the condition, then you accept the child. Do you understand? So may I say, like you mentioned, generally speaking, there are other conditions that could, deter. Okay, I failed to mention earlier that this deter them from having a fast development, mental development, physical development, like every other person like us. I forgot to mention that. So there are other conditions that can disrupt, a child's development, the growth and development of a child, like autism, like cerebral palsy, like, they call them intellectual disabilities. Okay, but I would like to, bring it back home to what we're focusing on, which is Down syndrome, because we have that challenge of people mixing it up. They are different. Okay, Down syndrome is different from, and the vision of this NGO is to focus on only the people that have Down syndrome. Now, my advice to them is first accept the condition more than the situation, so to speak. So when you accept that this child is this way, accept the child as your own. Now, understand that it doesn't have a remedy. The only solution to it is extra love. The way they have extra chromosomes, so give them extra love. In the sense that if you give the sibling of the child maybe 3/10 of love, so this child will have triple of it. That's the only, because we have some of these kids, if you see them around, they are doing well because that particular parent is doing well. As a matter of fact, I forgot to mention that there will be an award for one of the parents who have been doing so well with the child, because when you see this child, she's coping fine. You won't even be sure that she has Down syndrome, except you're told. Then, of course, with the physical appearance, you'll be able to tell. So that's what we are saying. They should show them extra love, in fact, triple love than the child will need, because a lot of them need the support, extra support of their parents to first grow, because they lean more on their parents than every other child. So that's why we said it begins from home.
All right, thank you so much, Falasha Adedeji, for coming on the show this morning, and we wish you all the very best tomorrow.
Thank you
when
for
you mark
having
and
me.
celebrate the day with the kids having this syndrome.
Okay, thank you for having me. I forgot to mention that there's a reason they put it to 21st of March is because of the third copy of the 21st chromosome. So that's why it's celebrated every 21st of March every year. So please come join us to get sensitized tomorrow at Sacred Hearts Cathedral Hall by 3 p.m. We'll be expecting. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
You're most welcome. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Best of
And you
luck.
too.